Imagine a digital assistant that goes onto websites and grabs and searches and gets information and organizes it for you, and you don't have to lift a finger. What do you think, Dan? I'm Lori Ryan. This is Dan Wagner, and this is the Daily AI Experiment.
Hey, Lori, this sounds exciting. I can't wait. What are we talking about here?
There is a tool called Browse AI, and it's great for people like me who really don't know how to code and have very short attention spans and want to set something up very quickly to gather information. So it works great. For instance, if you're a job seeker, you can have this thing automatically pulling in new jobs, or maybe you're a company and you want to keep tabs on your competitors. It's a great way to see if they're making updates to their website or changing prices. Or my favorite that I want to explore with you today is staying up to date on upcoming movie releases, because I just am finding so much joy right now going to the movie theater and seeing movies on the big screen.
Really? Are there any good? I haven't gone to the movie theater for probably 6 months.
Oh my gosh, Saturday, I saw A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan story, and I realized there was so much I didn't know about him, and the courage that he had, I think, is what really stood out for me in that whole movie. And I think it inspired me today. You know, we're coming back. A lot of people have been on holiday the last 2 weeks. And I feel like today was really the day to put the
real day, right?
To the grindstone and be like, I'm going to be productive.
Good for you. Good for you. And so you're being productive by doing movie listings?
I don't know. Let's see.
All right. Well, I can. So here, let me throw something in. So remember the old days, Google Alerts? This is kind of along that line. I mean, it's kind of doing a similar thing, except way more sophisticated, I would imagine.
Well, it's putting it all into like a spreadsheet, if you wish, or different formats, if you wish. It's not just like a notification email, because right now I've set up like notifications based on keywords and everything like that. But this could give you, for instance, a spreadsheet of things that then you could analyze if you wanted to.
That sounds amazing. In fact, we could have used it on my last one when I did the content that kept those tools, the recent tools in the AI newsletter.
You inspired me. This whole thing came from watching your demonstration last week.
Excellent. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I'm excited to see what you have, and let's start experimenting.
All right. Let me know if you can see my screen yet.
It's up.
Excellent. This is browse.ai. They do have an affiliate program. I am not in it, which means that by talking about this now, Dan and I aren't going to get any money from this. We are literally doing it just as here's what's available. Check it out. Try it out. My biggest thing is I'm not in a position really to build new robots myself. So I go to pre-built robots and they have all of these different categories. And sometimes I just get my kicks. That sounds really weird, but scrolling through to see what types of things are available. They give you some different use cases here, what's popular, monitor websites for changes. We talked a little bit about that, or price monitoring, or maybe you're looking for a house. It can be a great way to stay up to speed on what's happening in the real estate market by you. I today started with added recently, and what caught my attention, extract upcoming movie releases. I thought it would be fun to try this. Okay. Dan, we're trying this in real time, and I'm excited that you're walking beside me just in case something doesn't go as planned, which does sometimes, right? So here's what it says. Extract upcoming movie releases from IMDb. Stay updated. Here's use cases. With the latest movie releases, gather information on upcoming movies to prepare reviews and articles, identify new movies, analyze trends in movie genres, actors, and releases. This all sounded so interesting to me. I'm going to integrate it likely with Google Sheets. I don't have Airtable. I'm not very experienced with Zapier yet. I don't even know how to say it. Zapier, Zapier, what? So I'm going to click.
I call it Zapier.
I clicked use this. So let's see, set up pre-built robot. So what is it asking me to do? This robot needs some input parameters from you. Please fill them and click on the next button. I don't know.
Upcoming movie releases from IMDb. For example.
I'm just going to copy and paste this in.
Okay.
Is that?
Oh, I see what's going on here.
Oh, it's invalid. See? And I didn't want to test it
Did
too
you get an
early.
extra space in the front? It looks like
I'm on the free plan. So I didn't want to do this too early. Should we do 15 as the magic number? Next step.
So,
all right.
Okay. So what's involved with the free? Do you know what you get for the free plan?
I get like 50. Well, let's look at that.
Okay. Well, let's look at afterwards. Let's not interrupt.
That's perfect. Data will be extracted after you press start extracting. You can download the data and access this robot again from your dashboard.
Okay. I didn't see anything about Google Sheets in here.
I think that's a next step.
Okay.
I actually have used this at my last job. I wanted to get information about other TikTok accounts that would use similar hashtags, and it did. It provided a great list for me that went directly to Google Sheets. So I do know this works.
So this is an amazing tool. I mean, scraping, which generally this is, it's pretty, it's pretty sophisticated, hard work. But if you could get AI to kind of take the big hurdles out of it, the heavy lifting, that's amazing.
So here we go. The Last Showgirl, Den of Thieves. Wait, 2021. What the heck? That's a little weird.
That is weird.
Coming to theaters. And here we go with our 2020. I mean, in my head, these are really weird results. I see 2024.
So can we look at what the search did here so extract upcoming movie? Oh, so it doesn't actually go. We can't see the page that it got it from yet, or can we?
I don't know what tables means. Let's check the link.
Upcoming releases.
The Last Showgirl's right. Den of Thieves. That's interesting. It has this here.
Oh.
Maybe they were put together in these different years, but they're coming out here because this.
No, maybe they're right. Maybe they aren't theatrically released until now.
Yeah.
So I heard that about, there was some movie I was watching a discussion about that had been on hold. Maybe it was the Bob Dylan movie that they put it on hold for a while. Were you talking about that?
No.
Oh.
That sounds interesting.
It is.
So here is 1 credit per task, includes 10 list items plus an additional 0.1 credit. And I think I get 50 credits a month. So here's I don't know if you see these tabs right here. There's run task, setup monitoring. There's the tables, the history, and then there's something called monitor, right? Add monitors to have your robot automatically run tasks on a schedule. So I could create a new monitor, say when I want it to run, right? If I wanted to do that, then there's integrate. And here's where you can set up Google Sheets. Enable sync to Google Sheets. And then I could choose, I'd have to add my authorized account here to do it.
Okay.
And then you can also choose to only sync changes, right? So you know how you have all those when you're working in tech, right? Sometimes you only want to get notified of what changed, or sometimes you just want the whole thing over again or to start over. But only added, only changed. But I just feel like this is a really easy way for non-tech people. I know that word scrape the web scrape sounds naughty. I don't know why. Am I the only one who feels that way?
It is naughty. So I love this idea. I'm trying to think of all the sorts of things that people need to watch. One thing that, so there's something called a visual regression test. And I'm wondering if this could do that. So a visual regression test basically looks at a website and sees if there's even the minutest changes. So, and you could look at the HTML of that. You could probably look at images as well. But those little minute changes are important because then you can get notified if something's broken as a website owner or something like that. So that's a way to use it that I was kind of thinking. Looks like they got a bunch of cool ideas. I want to build this because I actually love scraping. I love going into websites and figuring out what's going on and the whole notification thing. This would be a cool project to try to simulate Browse AI, and then obviously they've gone through all the steps of figuring out the cool use cases. But that's really neat.
And even similar to what we did last week, this one to extract trending AI tools from Futurepedia and then tool details from Futurepedia could be great. And I think that for someone like me, this might be easier for me to do.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
And how about this? Extract GPT's detail page from GPT's app. I don't know. So there's stuff to learn here under the technology tab. And I like how they've organized it here on the left. So you can see what's new. You can see what could be automations by category. And here's all the sites. So you can check.
Wow.
All the sites that you can scrape.
That's great. Oh, they had Upwork in there. I might be visiting Upwork if I don't figure something out here. But so basically you could look for certain jobs that are opening up in your area, or on the other hand, if you're looking for workers, maybe there's somebody that registered, or maybe you're waiting till someone does a project similar to your project, and then you're going to leverage that developer's know-how maybe.
Correct. And actually what I see is very valuable. You mentioned the Google alerts, right?
Yeah.
Here you can, like, for instance, you and I could be like, hey, we want to receive all AI news or figure out what our keywords are, and then run it through ChatGPT to say, what are the trends? What do we need to pay most attention to based on this?
Right. Yeah. This is, suppose someone had a podcast,
right?
And they wanted to be updated when new stuff came out or new tools came out, et cetera, et cetera. I know a couple of people that do that. So we could use that. We could use this.
I could use it to talk about my favorite sports teams, which it's been like a rough weekend. And tonight I got the Timberwolves game. So I'm hoping that the top story is going to be more great news for my favorite NBA team.
Right. And of course, my brain's going, now I'm thinking, well, what if you took, Zapier is an automation tool. What if you took, you look for a news story, you shoved it into Zapier, you pulled that into ChatGPT, and maybe your instructions say something like, take out the key points of this story and, or scores. Maybe you have a scoreboard website, or maybe you're tracking your favorite player and you want to keep looking at the sports stories to see if they mention them. And every time there's a mention, you do something with it.
Look at work with Zapier, whatever. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to diss Zapier in the mix. You can automate alerts or, like you said, actions based on new articles, right?
Fantastic.
I
love it.
Can't wait to see what you come up with.
Well, let's go back to pricing here. How much is this?
Well, it depends on how much you use it, right?
I'm very, I just cleaned out I went through my bank statement. I put everything on my Amex card. And I went through my Amex card. And I was like, oh, shoot, that's $8. And there's $15 for that. And I cleaned it all up. I'm so proud of myself.
Well, you know what's interesting on that whole subject of pricing, right? I've been starting to look at, I'm paying for Claude, I'm paying for Perplexity Pro, I'm paying for ChatGPT and all of these things. But when you add that all together, how much it is a year, and the fact you're getting an assistant that's like running your business and helping you for virtually maybe $1,200 a year or something like that. I still have to do that total math, but it's like, wow.
Right.
It's pretty incredible. Like that is an incredible investment.
Right. And the key there,
the ROI is huge.
Right. If you use it, if you make it work for you, you need to,
Right.
this is kind of back to our thing, right? You
Yep.
need to be strategic. You need to figure out what can I do,
Yeah.
and then how do I do it, and what's the best way to do it. And then, I love this. I love that you keep using that word. It is a digital assistant, a virtual assistant,
Uh-huh.
and so I'm really starting to think. I think automations are the way to go. By the way, Zapier is one of them. There's a lot of really cool tools that are, a variety of price points and stuff like that. Uh, it's very fascinating. There's a tool called Make, and obviously you can build tools yourself with a little bit of programming if that's what you're into. But these tools are amazing, and I could just think of all the little automations that I would do. But you kind of gotta, maybe that's what the beginning of the year is about for me. Sometimes it's stepping back, saying, where should I put my efforts? What technologies can I leverage that are really going to make a difference? And I think the Browse AI, if nothing else, it kind of lays out all the opportunities for you in this kind of arena of using automation combined with these kind of website changes and things like that. And I think that's fascinating. I love this tool. I'm definitely going to be spending some time poking around.
Yay. And right now I'm just doing free, right? But in my head, I'm like, if I ever needed more and I do monthly, I could probably do it and cancel it. And then if I needed it another month where I was going to use it a lot,
Okay. I'm going to do a pitch right now. If you come to Browse AI and you see that there's something you need, and you're looking, you're like in the $123 or $311 a month scenario, we should talk, because I could probably, I'm going to assume that you're doing one thing over and over and over again. And you're chewing up all that content. Well, we can just build it, and you can have a monthly bill of $10 or $15, and then you just pay me a little bit to make it work, and it'll be more efficient. And we can do anything you want. So that's the fun thing about what I love doing, that kind of stuff, is taking something, grabbing it, manipulating it with ChatGPT or any other tool, maybe sticking it somewhere, maybe into a rag like we talked about on Friday. All kinds of stuff can be done.
Awesome. Am I still sharing?
You are.
I can probably come back.
What does that mean?
You can there.
How about this?
That's way better, because I still haven't figured out how to share my screen and see you at the same time. So then it's easier to.
But do you own an iPad?
No.
Oh, because you can do Sidecar with an iPad. You won't have to even get another monitor.
I heard about that.
And you probably do Sidecar with your iPhone, maybe. I don't know.
I may have to ask ChatGPT how to do Sidecar with my iPhone.
I've got 2 giant monitors right here. So, anyhow.
Look, that's all I got for you today, but I hope it was fun.
It was super fun. I'm really appreciative of that. I feel inspired by when we get off. I'm literally going to go to Browse AI, because I need those little triggers in my brain to see what the right thing to do is. So that's what I'm going to do.
Can't wait.
Well, hey, everybody, I can't forget to tell you all that you need to like and subscribe, and please comment. Tell Lori what a great job she did. I think she did a phenomenal job. And, your subscribing helps us get in Google's radar, and then more people will find this, and it's just going to be great. So we need your help in that, and we love all your comments. And if you think we're missing out on something, or you've found a tool that you want to share with the group, feel free to give us a note, and we'll track it down and see what we can do with it.
Can't wait to see what you have tomorrow, Dan.
Oh, I always it's like I can feel the anxiety raise up when you say that.
So can I tell you what else I did today? Because it's January 6th and I'm no longer I'm like, feel like this is official work, right? I even like have note cards. I practiced. You probably can't tell, but
you are the spontaneity queen, though. So you don't even need to practice, and don't tell me you do. So we're all so happy to have Lori with us, and I'm happy to have everybody who's come and joined us today. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.